Hello, and tonight's short story, I'm going to call this one The Creature in the Crate. Let's get to it. July 4th of 1990, Henderson, Kentucky. While the rest of the town watched the fireworks, 14-year-old Chris Walker and his friends were huddled behind a factory on the east side of town. They were sitting on a stack of old wooden skids, hidden among a graveyard of rusted dumpster. The night was heavy and still, then the boasting all of a sudden stopped. About 30 feet away, sitting atop a rusted dumpster, a wooden crate began to move. With every violent thud from inside, the crate rocked. Something was in there, desperate to get out. The boys watched, paralyzed, as the crate tipped closer and closer until it smashed onto the pavement with a sickening crash. Rising from the debris was a dwarf-like creature, barely 3.5 feet tall. Under the street lamp, its body looked muscular but wrong. Its legs were short and bowed, yet its arms were the length of a man's. It was covered in short, dark fur, except for its face and hands. The thing stood there, dazed and very confused. Now, from what they say, it had ears pointed like a pig's, a flat nose, and eyes that reflected a red color. It looked mangly, with patches of thin hair revealing pale skin underneath. Most unsettling of all, it wore the tattered remains of clothing like ragged strips hanging off of its limbs like it had outgrown them a long time ago. Now, for a few seconds, nobody moved because they were in disbelief. Then all of a sudden, the spell of terror broke. The boys bolted. They went running half a mile without once looking back. They thought for sure that this thing was still chasing them. But the story doesn't end there. 1 year later, a friend of Chris's, who knew nothing of the dumpster, was driving over the Washington Street Bridge. He heard a sound like a woman screaming in agony. Suddenly, a small, dark-haired covered thing dashed from under the bridge on two legs. It stopped at the mouth of a drainage tunnel, turned, and let out one more high-pitched blood scream. Its eyes, he said, they were glowing red. Now, in this area, they call it Monkey Boy, but those who have looked into those red eyes know better. Some things aren't meant to be in crates, and some things aren't meant to be on the bridges either.